Hey, what's up everyone? This video is about the Voidfire Deathcycle mount. Here's a full guide on how to start. For all the sections of this guide, you must be wearing at least one mask. First, to acquire your bike frame, you want to head to the Dwarven district. As you're wearing one mask, there will be an extra NPC there. You can soft kill him and he'll get off the bike. Once he get off the bike, defeat him. The bike will stay there as a ghost. And as you interact with the bike, you say the bike is in bad shape, but the frame is good. Once you get out the vision, the bike will be outside and you can start collecting your parts for it. Let's start with the Stormwind visions. The first part you're gonna find there is the wheel. Right there on the Dwarven district, you can go ahead and clear that section. Loot the loot. You get the first two wheel parts, the Voidflame-Resistant hide and the Tentacle spore. And then to finish the first wheel, you want to craft with 6 pieces of the 3rd tier Entropy enhancers. So make sure you're using the best quality and then you have your first wheel. Next, we're going to clear the old town. And that's where you get your handlebars. You gotta make sure to clear Old Town and defeat the main mob in the cathedral. And that's how will count that you clear. Once you receive your handlebars, Reagent for your handlebar, it will be the Twisted Skull-Scythe handlebar. And you will need to craft that with a couple items, which is a Recalibrated safety switch, 3 Whimsical Wiring, a Storm Touch weapon wrap, and the Irresistible red button. The Irresistible red button, you can either craft one or you can put a craft order and you can collect those items easily or buy at the auction house. Make sure all those items are tier 3, the best quality crafting items, and you will have your handlebars. Next, we're gonna look for the exhaust. Make sure you have one mask and you head it to the trade district, and there will be an auction house, and on the porch you find a crate and the exhauster will be there. You don't really need to clear the section, you can just grab the exhaust. You will receive the Reagent magic lined manifold, and you want to craft with an Elementium-Plated exhausted pipe, and you can buy the exhausted pipe from the auction house. Next, for the battery, we'll clear the mage quarter. Once you clear the mage quarter, go back to the cathedral square and kill the main mob there so you can complete. And as you loot the loot, you receive the depleted void crystal. That crystal you will need to charge with the refugient crystal, just one. Make sure that's tier 3. And you also need a convincing realistic jumper cables to charge the battery. And those are the parts for the Stormwind vision. Next, we're going to go to Orgrimmar visions and the parts that you can find within. First, we're going to clear the Valley of Spirits, and that's where you get your second wheel. Make sure you're going into the middle and killing the main mob. To complete, if you just clear the Valley of Spirits, you won't receive the item. You need to finish the run. Once you loot the loot, you receive the Voidflame-Resistant hide and the Tentacle spores, the 2 parts for completing the wheel, and you craft it with 6 of the best quality Entropy enhancers. Next, we're gonna head to the Valley of Honor to find our seed part. Once you clear that section and defeat the mob in the middle of the vision, you should loot the Void Scare boar hide, and you will need to craft that with the 5 Weaver Cloth spell thread. You can get that in an auction house. And then you have your seat. And the next, for the best part, we'll go look for the engine. And the engine will be...
The engine! I got the engine for my bike.
Right at the drag is the last shop to the right, the engineering shop. And you receive the Void Forge engine block. And you craft the engine with the Goblin Machine pistons. You can buy 4 pistons at the auction house. Once you have all the parts, or each part you collect, you can go outside the visions where your bike initially is. and start interacting with and adding the parts. Once you add all the parts, you have your Voidfire Deathcycle. I hope you're all having a lot of fun with the visions. I am. Thank you for watching and good luck.